Welcome to the shameless pitch session for job seekers, people who are looking to make a shameless pitch and get that brilliant job. Now, why is this shameless pitch so relevant for you if you're looking for a new job? Why is it so relevant? So, in my experience, I supported a lot of people in getting those breakthrough jobs. And one of the first things that I tell them is there is nobody out there who's looking to somehow figure out how good you are. So you have to figure out a way to present and project yourself so brilliantly, so in such an exciting way that you will get noticed and picked for that job. The dream job that you're waiting for can only happen if you make shameless pitches out in the market to the job seeker, people who are looking to hire you, so that you get they find you the most suitable candidate and then provide you this job. Okay, the first principle that we're going to talk to you about is called, for the shameless pitch for the job seekers, think extreme. Think extreme and opposite. What does it mean? It means if you are looking for a job, if all the job hunters, people who are looking for a job, are thinking in one direction, you think in the opposite direction. Think in the exact opposite direction. They are all thinking in the normal way, I fit the JD and all that. You're thinking the different way, extremely or extreme thinking is really important, right? First thing. Second, I'll give you examples as well. The next one is called differentiate. Differentiate yourself with your skills, your strengths, your stories of accomplishment. Differentiate yourself very powerfully. That's the second thing. The third thing is get noticed and become immediately relevant. Now, how do you apply this in reality? What are the three things? One is you got to be, first, you got to be thinking extreme. Extreme is when you share a story, when you share an anecdote, right? For example, I supported one of the participants who said that I have taken the quality of the product from one extreme. She had some numbers. So one extreme to other extreme. Or one of the HR leaders, she said, I have taken the company from 200 people to 1,500 people in the span of 2 years. That's an extreme data point that you provide. Extreme failures also you can project. Saying, I failed miserably and I learned a great deal from that failure. So project even failures. Project successes, project failures. Second is differentiate. What do you mean by differentiate? Differentiating is about how exciting you are compared to everyone else. You would got to be able to project that with a huge amount of energy, right? That's a thing. You got to know what is it that you differentiate. And remember, communication is not differentiation. People management is not differentiation. Just being confident is not differentiation. You got to know what is a combination of things, as also your stories of accomplishment through which you will stand out. The third one is called, how will you get noticed? And how will you get noticed and immediately become relevant? Notice means what? When you go to the interview or when you have a discussion with your potential employer, don't go the normal way. Don't just start saying, I'm very good, I'm an accomplished professional, all that. Start getting noticed by what I call, the first thing that you will say is, while others are, so the first simplest thing you can do is to dismiss the job description. What does it mean? It means you go through the job description in detail and say, I think that I don't uh, look at this job description at all. I don't think I'll be doing something that is in the job description. They'll say, what? You're not going to do something in the job description? No, I don't mean that. Let me tell you, I have gone through the job description, 1, 2, 3, 4, da, 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 da. I've gone through this. However, I think that this is not something that I will do. They will say, what? You don't want to do that? No, it's not that I don't do that. What I mean by that is that this job description is something that I can do in about 20% of my time. So while majority of the people will say, yes, I fit the job description, you're going to say, I am somebody who will go way beyond the job description, and this job description I can do in 20% of my time. How do you do that? They will ask you that question. So the way you'll pitch it is, almost think about, you making a pitch, not to that role, but to the next role. If you are applying for, let's say, a director, think of pitching for almost like a partner kind of a role, or the next level itself. So you're suddenly thinking and then planning as if you are already at the next level. They're obviously looking at you and they're thinking, oh, at least this role she'll be able to fit, right? So it's a mindset that you prepare with, and then the attitude that you prepare with. Of course, you have to be humble in this, at the same time as well. Don't just say I'm ready for this and ready for that. You just say the job description, it looks, I've already done XYZ things. Like for example, here it says others are talking about completing majority of the tasks. I'm talking about breakthrough achievements. I'm talking about me looking at what is the one big breakthrough that I can accomplish for the company that will enable the company to grow, by 20% instead of 5%. This is the kind of conversation you need to have, right? While other candidates will talk about, you got to say these things. While other people will talk about how they can focus majority of the time in completing the JD, I'll focus majority of the time. Of course, I will delegate, ensure that I will manage it. It's not that I'm just going to give up on the JD. Okay, don't you get noticed, but ensure that you are also covering the fact that you will do the JD at the end of the conversation. In the beginning, you get them a little, get them give them a bit of a jolt in the beginning, but and you also got to be covering this up, saying that that I will ensure that I'll delegate it. I will have enough people who will manage it. I'll automate it. I'll do something, and then you have some thoughts and plans about how to go about that as well. So this is the same principle that many people have used in the community to get their brilliant job, even in the times of the big distresses in the market. So people have got great jobs like that. So well, others will talk about, I am a suitable candidate. You don't say I'm a suitable candidate. You say this is an attack game. Attack game is you're in an attack mode, attack and conquer mode, rather than saying that somehow I'll fit. See, before you are going for the job interview, you're not going to get that, right? You're not already got the job. Many people behave as if they already got the job and they'll defend. Don't defend. You are not getting the job already. Until you are sure about getting the job, you're going to attack and conquer mode. Till almost you become sure. When you're almost sure, like certain, then you defend. So yes, I'll satisfy that. That's a game to play. When you're in doubt, you're attacking and trying to get the job. Now, the three things that you need to communicate: what is and understand deeply, and find out, and then also project that need that they have as well. You may, so for example, you may say your company is going through big challenges right now. I understand that, and my differentiation, my capabilities, my provide some value, provide some solution, provide some additional. For example, you can say this is what your company is going through, and this is the suggestion that I have. These are the two things that I have. I'll give you a real-time example. One of the participants applied for a role of a finance director. This is the way that she prepared, and she got this job in that one interview itself, one pitch itself. She got that job, right? So she was saying, your company, remember, this is a need of the company, not you. Don't project your needs. So many people come into the mock interviews that we conduct in the community, come say, yes, I need a job. No. Do not ever be defensive like that. Nobody will, or very few people will get jobs because they are in need of job. The people will get jobs because they're highly competent. They will add value to the company. That's why they'll get jobs. This is what it is, right? Your company needs a top-notch, high-impact finance director focused on making a larger business impact, not just managing finance. Now, so you're in the second sentence says most finance professionals will do normal function of finance director based on JD. Now, here is where you're talking about the JD, going into every aspect. Before you dismiss the JD, just remember all items in the JD you need to cover. Then say, no, this is easy. This I've done, umpty number of times. Then she said, as a leader, I intend to spend majority of my time focus on the business, also managing the finance. Remember, why do you do this? Is because people who would be taking the interviews, the key people who will be taking the interviews are people who are already facing some of the challenges. When you start addressing some of the challenges they have, and also looking at the JD and saying, this is something that I can do, they start looking at it as a big opportunity, and they look at you as somebody who can really support them in dealing with their own challenges. That's what you got to project as well. I'll spend majority of my energy and time on the business impact. That's what you're projecting. That's what you're saying. And also managing the finance function through my team. The last part, this is where you are differentiating. Remember, you are differentiating. Other normal applicants or your competitors, or in the art of terminology, you call them an enemy. The last one is saying, here are the list of things I'm planning to do to enable the business to do better as finance director. I invite you to give me an option to learn quickly, and then maybe take on a small project and prove that I can make this happen. So remember, when you're projecting these, when you're making that exciting offer to them, saying that these are the two things I've already done. Here is a report. Here is and here's my analysis, they say, oh my god, this is real, this is not something that she's faking, right? We go with this like this. Talk less about your strength alone. Talk about your strengths and accomplishments in the context of their needs. For example, if they say I have a big challenge, immediately say, oh, that is something that I was able to do in this particular work period that I had. So talk about it like that very powerfully. Bring huge energy in the interviews. Go completely prepared, do a few mocks, make that very powerful pitch, and you will win over. I have seen many people in the community who got jobs despite the pandemic, despite all the market situation, everything else. You go prepared, be on the attack, differentiate, pitch powerfully with no shame, no hesitation, and you will win this. All the best to you. Make this happen, make it a practice, and make sure that you're building a phenomenal career for yourself. All the best to you.